But fear Allah and know that Allah is with those who restrain themselves. You want to be pure, you got to restrain yourself. You got to restrain your tongue from lying. You got to restrain your tongue from swearing. You got to retain your tongue from exaggerating. You got to restrain your tongue from backbiting. You got to restrain your eyes. You got to restrain yourself from eating or drinking that which will not please Allah. But fear Allah and know that Allah is with those who restrain themselves. How many of us, and I don't want anybody to raise your hand, how many of us actively participate in restraint? And I'm not trying to be funny here, I don't mean handcuffs, alright? I'm talking about restraining your nufus.
From arguing with someone?
Restraining from arguing, restraining from lying, restraining from eating that pepperoni pizza because it smells good and you always want to try it.
Restraining from that stuff.
Restraining. And know that Allah is strict in punishment. Then fear Allah and know that ye will surely be gathered unto Him. And know that ye are to meet Him in the hereafter. And know that Allah knoweth what is in your hearts. And take heed of Him and know that Allah is all forgiving, most merciful. And let them know that He is no other than one God. Let men of understanding take heed. Allah commands us to know and learn. Thus doth He command you that ye may learn wisdom. Not just facts, but wisdom. Applied knowledge. Applied reality. What is the only reality, folks? The haqq. What Allah has said is the only reality. Science changes. Science will swear that one thing is true and 10 years later they will tell you, no, that's not true anymore. We found out something else. Surah Tawbah 122, nor should the believers all go forth together if a contingent from every expedition remain behind. They could devote themselves to studies in religion and admonish, teach the people when they return to them, thus they may learn to guard themselves against evil. Even when there was a war in Islam, there was a delegation of people set aside to learn. We are never exempt from learning in Islam. We are always enjoined to learn and learn and learn, to seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. We have sent it down as an Arabic Quran in order that you may learn wisdom. Wisdom is something that my beloved grandfather, Adim by Allah, had. He wasn't a well-educated man, but he had wisdom. He had an understanding and an appreciation for God and an understanding for God and the environment. A simple farmer. But he really impressed me with his ability to do math, and I think he had an 8th grade education. Yeah, he had no problem doing geometry or algebra with an 8th grade education. Surah 22, Al-Hajj, verses 46 and 54. Do they not travel through the land so that their hearts and minds may thus learn wisdom, and their ears may thus learn to hear? Truly it is not their eyes that are blind, but their hearts which are in their breast. Verse 54. And that those on whom knowledge has been bestowed may learn that the Quran is the truth from thy Lord, and that they may believe therein, and their hearts may be made humbly open to it. For verily Allah is the guide of those who believe to the straight way. So going to the straight way requires knowledge and contemplation and reflection on Allah and His message. We have to ask ourselves, how often do we read the Quran? How often do we reflect on the Quran? Or does it sit on the shelf and collect dust? If we really are wholeheartedly Muslim, how often do we listen to Allah? And if we listen to our lives more than we listen to Allah, we're going to be in trouble with our relationship to Allah. I'm not telling you men not to listen to your wives, because you will be in big trouble. But I'm just making an example. The word for heart in Arabic speech imports both the seat of intelligent faculties and understanding, as well as the seat of affections and emotions. Those who reject Allah's message may have their physical eyes and ears, but their hearts are blind and deaf. If their faculties of understanding were active, would they not see the signs of Allah's providence and Allah's wrath in nature around them and in the cities and ruins if they travel intelligently? Surah 40 verse 58, Surah Ghafir. Not equal are the blind and those who clearly see, nor are equal those who believe and work deeds of righteousness and those who do evil. Little do ye learn by admonition. The man of faith who backs his faith by righteous conduct is like the man of clear vision, who sees things in their true perspective and walks with firm steps in the way of Allah. The man who does evil is like a blind man. The light of Allah is all around him, but the man has made himself blind, and he can see nothing. He has rejected faith and cannot even learn by other people's admonition. You ever talk to people and everything you tell them, say, I know. No matter how much you try, they know everything. No humility whatsoever. Surah 68 verse 37. Or had he our book through which he learned? Allah has given us a divine commandment to read. We learn in the Quran that aside from reading, Allah the Almighty commands us to know, to learn, to understand, to ponder, contemplate, and even ask questions. Surah 2 verse 44. Do you enjoin a right conduct on the people and forget to practice it yourselves? And yet he studied the scriptures, will you not understand? There's a lot of deep meaning in this. Because for those of us who know, the penalty is far more grievous than for those of you who don't know. And to know and to teach and then not practice, the penalty is even greater. After them succeeded an evil generation. They inherited the book, but they chose for themselves the vanities of this world, saying, for excuse, everything will be forgiven us. Even so, if similar vanities come their way, they would again see them. Was not the covenant of the book taken from them, that they would not ascribe to Allah anything but the truth, and they study what is in the book? But best for the righteous is the home in the hereafter. Would you not understand? Yes, brother.
Who is Allah talking about here? Is he talking about the Arabs?
And I'm going to explain it in a minute. He's talking about the people that got the previous books. And this is quite a sort of, I think it's a quite powerful ending actually. Inshallah we can finish it. Merely inheriting a book, as the Jews and the Christians did, or doing lip service to it, does not make a nation righteous. If they succumb to the temptations of the world, their hypocrisy becomes all the more glaring. We as Muslims talk about, oh, alhamdulillah, we are the inheritors of the final revelation. MashaAllah, a revelation that hasn't been changed in 1437 years. But do we live it? Do we manifest it? Do we realize it? Are we wholeheartedly committed to that book? Or is it just lip service? MashaAllah, look at our book. but I don't know a thing about that book. If they succumb to the temptations of the world, their hypocrisy becomes all the more glaring. Surah 10 verse 16, say, if Allah had so willed, I should not have rehearsed it to you, or would He have made it known to you? A whole lifetime before this have I tarried against you. Will ye not then understand? It is in Allah's plan that He should reveal Himself in certain ways to His creatures, and His messengers are the instruments that carry out His will. It is in itself gracious mercy that He should thus make His will known. We should be grateful for His guidance instead of carping at it. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had lived his whole life of purity and virtue amongst his people, and they knew and acknowledged it before he received his mission. What was his nickname? Al-Amin. What was the other one? As-Sadiq. MashaAllah. They knew he loved his nation and was loyal to it. Why should they turn against him when he had to point out under inspiration all their sins and wrongdoings? It was for their own good, and he had to plead again and again with them. Would you not understand and see what a glorious privilege it is for you to receive true guidance from your Lord? Ha! The final revelation, the final edition. O my people, I ask of you no reward for this message. My reward is from none but Him who created me. Will you then not understand? Here He is talking to the Arabs. Here He is talking to His people. I'm not wanting a reward from this. This is not about me. There's no ego in this. This is from the one who created me. Won't you understand? Won't you ponder? Won't you reflect? Won't you take advantage of this great gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Surah 12 verse 109, nor did we send before thee as messengers any but man, whom we did inspire, men living in human habitations. Do they not travel through the earth and see what was the end of those before them? But the home of the hereafter is best for those who do right. Will ye not then understand? We have revealed for you, O men, a book in which is a message for you. Will ye not then understand? It is He who has created you from dust, then from a sperm drop, then from a leech-like clot. Then does He get you out into the light as a child. Then lets you grow and reach your age of full strength. Then lets you become old. Though of you there are some who died before, and lets you reach a term appointed, in order that you may learn wisdom. Our highest purpose will never be fulfilled unless we learn and develop wisdom. So many human beings are on automatic pilot. They just do what they do, what they've always done, and they keep on doing it, and that's all they do, and they'll tell you, that's all I am going to do, that's who I am, and that's who I am, and that's all I'm going to be. Anybody ever heard that before? I can't change, I'm too old to change now.
No, I'm not too old to change.
Alhamdulillah. We have made it a Quran in Arabic that you may be able to understand and learn wisdom. He was speaking to the Arabs. Do they not earnestly seek to understand the Quran, or are their hearts locked up by them? If you don't seek to understand the Quran, what is this verse saying? Your heart is locked. Do you see what I see?
Yes.
Surah 57 verse 17, know ye that all that Allah giveth life to the earth after its death. Already have we shown the signs plainly to you, that you may learn wisdom. Do they not consider or ponder the Quran with care? Had it been from other than Allah, they would surely have found therein much discrepancy. Do they not ponder over the word of Allah? Or has anything new come to them that did not come to their fathers of old? If we ponder over the matter, we will find that Allah's message to humanity is as old as Adam alayhi salam. It is good for all ages. It never grows old, and it is never new. It is consistent, hot, and truth. Here is a book which we have sent down unto thee, full of blessings. Full of blessings, na'am. That they may meditate, contemplate on its signs, and that men of understanding may receive admonition. If thou were in doubt as to what we have revealed unto thee, then ask those who have been reading the book from before thee. The truth have indeed come to thee from thy Lord, so be in no wise of those in doubt. Allah's truth is all one, and even in different forms, men sincere in religion recognize the oneness. Sincere Jews like Abdullah ibn Salam, and sincere Christians like Waraka, or the Nestorian monk Bahira, recognize the mission of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And as you know, in the earlier tafsir that I covered with you, I proved to you how the people of the book recognized the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as they recognized his son. The book in this connection is revelation generally, including pre-Islamic revelations. And question thou our messengers, whom we sent before thee, Isa, Musa, Ibrahim, Dawood. Sorry, yes, I said that right. Sorry. Did we appoint any deities other than Allah, most gracious, to be worshipped? Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu reported that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, seeking of knowledge is incumbent upon every Muslim. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu reported that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, learn the obligatory acts in the Quran and teach them to the people, for I am immortal. Abdullah ibn Masud narrated that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to me, acquire the knowledge and impart it to the people. Acquire the knowledge of fara'id, the laws of inheritance, and teach it to the people. Learn the Quran and teach it to the people, for I am a person who has to depart this world. And the knowledge will be taken away, and turmoil will appear to such an extent that two people will not agree in regard to a case of inheritance distribution, and find none who would decide between them. We know that in the latter days it says that the teacher will know more than the student. And I'm going to tell you folks, I am a weak teacher. And I'm not asking, please don't come up and tell me, oh no, no, no. I'm telling you, I know out of wisdom, I know that I'm a weak teacher. I give you everything I can, and I know so little. And this is why it is so important for us to gain this knowledge. Had I been a younger man when I became Islam, I would have traveled more for knowledge. As it was, I immediately started going to school within a few years of being a Muslim. Did not have a college degree when I became a Muslim. And traveled for 3 years from North Carolina, 2 years from North Carolina to D.C. and 1 year from Florida to D.C. every single week to study under a teacher. And I'm telling you folks, with all the love in my heart and all the genuineness in my heart, I am like a kindergarten teacher in Islam.
No, you are not.
Where am I? It's time to stop, isn't it? MashaAllah.
What's the slide?
Slide is 1504.
What was the slide for prayer, please?
We didn't even do slides today, so it'll be what it was last week. So next week we will just do a few more hadiths, because I covered a lot of Quran on all of those points. Contemplate, learn, ponder, reflect, ask questions. I gave you Quranic verses for every single one of those commands. Inshallah, next week, and then I wanted to give you hadiths which I did not finish today. Next week, inshallah, I will talk about gratitude in Islam, or shukr, inshallah. And that will sort of complete the tafsir of verses 150 and verse 151, and we will move on to verse 152, inshallah. I know that you've been very patient, and there's been a tremendous amount of information on these two verses, but I feel these verses are so power-packed, particularly for people who really want to get close to Allah. So I love you all for the sake of Allah. Please pray for me that Allah will continue to teach me in my weakness. Pray that Allah will forgive me for my sins and my weaknesses as I pray for you, and know that I love you for His sake. And I pray that you will love me for Him loving us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We all love you too.